Dolemite Is My Name is directed by Craig Brewer and stars Eddie Murphy as Rudy Ray Moore. He portrays this character, this larger than life character of Dolemite, who is both a stand-up comedian, stand-up routine comedian, but also a filmmaker. Obviously, this links back to Dolemite the film, which was directed back in 1975. So this is the making of that film. Very similar to a film like The Disaster Artist. So there's quite a few similarities there. This film really is just about a dreamer who wants to make it somewhere. He has all these hopes and dreams in his life. He never really thought that he would be stuck in one place, and he doesn't really know what to do. He doesn't really give up though, that's the thing. And that's where Eddie Murphy's character is introduced. Rudy Ray Moore, he is this guy who just doesn't give up. He wants to first be a musician, a stand-up comedian. He gets all these ideas. He is always just being told that he's never going to make it, and he just pulls through and he makes it as a stand-up comedian musician who's releasing albums. And then he wants to but he wants to be even bigger. He doesn't think that's enough. He wants to be even bigger, and he wants to be a filmmaker. He wants to star in a film based on himself. And it is so influential, it's so inspiring that he just wants to keep going, wants to keep on going. And that's where Eddie Murphy's performance shines. This man is a genius. He's a comedic genius. He, as far as stand-up comedian goes, he's probably number one. He's probably the best out there. He is just incredible in this film. This is his comeback. This is his proper official comeback as a comedic actor, as an actor in general. 3 years ago, Mr. Church was released back in 2016. I really don't count that, to be honest. We can just leave that out. I honestly think the last proper good film / performance by Eddie Murphy was Tower Heist back in 2011, 8 years ago. 8 years later, he puts on just a performance of his entire career. He puts on the best performance of his entire career, probably since Dreamgirls, because that's when he was nominated for a Best Actor award. And I think the same should happen this year, because he blew me away. And this film is phenomenal. I think it's one of the best of the year. I wasn't expecting it. I heard a lot of great things about it, and I'm just so happy because this film really brought a smile to my face in so many ways. It's hilarious, it's touching, it's inspiring, it's a feel-good film. The first 10 minutes of the film is just eye-opening in so many ways. There is a great cameo. There are quite a few cameos in this film, which in some other films they're okay, but in this one they're great. And in the first 10 minutes you see one interacting with Eddie Murphy, and it is really good. It's really funny, and Eddie Murphy is just something else. He really just gives it all in this one, and you see the character coming to life, and you forget that Eddie Murphy is the one portraying him. It's a completely different person, and that's the best praise that you can give. He's so charismatic in this film. He's just a struggling artist, and it's so relatable when everyone is trying to make it as some sort of artist in some sort of way, a musician, a filmmaker, whatever it is, whatever sort of influence that they have, whatever sort of passion they have. Eddie Murphy's character, Rudy Ray Moore, just doesn't want to stop. He just wants to keep going. He just wants to make it. Really, it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that people will find you. You need to make it happen for yourself. And that's just the best message that a film can give you. A film itself can give you. And the fact that this happened in real life, it's a true story based on Rudy Ray Moore portraying Dolemite. I couldn't be more happier. The supporting cast deserve all the recognition. I'm serious. Mike Epps is awesome. Keegan-Michael Key, he is fantastic. He plays the writer of the film that they are trying to make. And so him interacting and trying to get the best out of Rudy Ray Moore's character, trying to write all these events down, the way they interact is very, very, very cool. And it's just very, very nice and touching. But the chemistry between Eddie Murphy and, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, Davine Joy Randolph. She is brilliant in this film. I've never seen her before, but the way they interact, it's very touching, and the way that Eddie Murphy brings her character into his participation and brings her into the film that they are making plays a large, important role in the film. And I am glad they did not turn it into another storyline. I don't want to get into too much detail, but I'm glad they didn't go another direction. I'm glad they just sort of kept it simple and straightforward. I was happy about that. Craig Robinson is also brilliant. He is so just stupendously funny, and his singing is still there. He's awesome in the film. But the one person, the one actor that I just could not, that had me rolling, that had me laughing the most of the time was Wesley Snipes. He plays the co-star of the film they're making, and he's also the director of the film. So his reactions, his chemistry with Eddie Murphy had me dying of laughter. I could not stop laughing. Some of his scenes are so funny. I had a blast just watching him do his thing, really. The accent killed me. It's so like him to do that. And like I said, this film has got a lot of similarities with a film like The Disaster Artist, behind the scenes of how they made that well-known film. And yes, Dolemite and The Room, they have their similarities. The Room is still the worst, best film ever. The best, worst film, the worst, best, what? And so yes, it still holds that recognition, but Dolemite is somewhere there. Obviously, I absolutely knew nothing about this person at all. I had absolutely no idea, wherein in fact I knew a lot about Tommy Wiseau from The Room. So it was really refreshing to see how this person lived his life, what he went through, how much he struggled, but how much he persevered and worked hard and just turned his life into something huge. And that's just inspiring. You can tell that Murphy really cared about the character of Rudy Ray Moore, because he has been stating that a biopic of this person had been a long dream project of his. It's just a beautifully and a carefully crafted performance in which he has just got great comedic timing, talent of his generation, and he just succeeds in such an extraordinary way to capture this larger-than-life character's knowing. It really is just a tribute to Rudy Ray Moore, who is this huge entrepreneur. This really is Eddie Murphy's comeback, his proper, true comeback, and I couldn't be more happy. I really want to see. I'm very excited to see it coming to America. This film gives me high hopes for that. And I just want to go down the road and watch some more Eddie Murphy films. I just think they really nailed the balance between dramatizing this film and having the comedy as well. There is one scene I was rolling, I was on the floor, and I could not stop laughing. It is a scene it's a scene within them shooting a scene for the Dolemite film. And it's just one scene, very intense and a very intimate scene, is what I'll say. And the way they did it, I could not stop laughing. As for issues, I really don't think there are many, to be honest. I don't really think so. I would say perhaps there were a few times where you could watch this film, and I saw myself watching this film and I'm thinking, okay, it's starting to sort of slow down, die down just a little bit, but you have that faith. And you have that faith that, okay, in the next few minutes, they're going to kick it up even more. And that's exactly what they did. So they redeemed themselves. But obviously, if you're looking at pacing and a few places where they don't have your attention entirely, you could say that as a small little flaw. This is easily one of the best films of the year. And I'm going to give Dolemite Is My Name an A. Definitely check this out. It's on Netflix, but I wish I watched it on the big screen. I would have had an even more better time, but it's okay. Netflix is great. What did you guys think about the film? Comment down below, and I'll see you guys very soon. We'll whip some more videos out your way. Thank you for watching.